A man has to bring more than his parts. I don't care how large or how small to a marriage. He has to bring way more than that, just as a woman has to bring more than that. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. In this video, I want to address another important pressing topic, and that's the topic of polygyny, more wives, more sex. Now, one thing I want to clear up specifically in this video is that what society does to us women that are in polygyny willingly, consensually, because we can go. I mean, it's not that easy to make that decision and just say, well, I'll just leave, because it's just not practical. There's so much planning and so much that has to go into deciding to ultimately divorce out of polygyny. There's a lot of things that have to be measured. There's so many people, especially if you have children, to think about. Of course, we have to think about our treatment, the measurables, the man we're married to, and that matters, and our concerns do matter. However, to just say, I'm out, that's it. It takes a lot to get to the point where you actually divorce a man and leave out of polygyny. But one thing I do know, that society, what happens with us as wives, as I was saying, is that society looks at us as mere bodies that a man is collecting for sex. That is what it is. And it's, oh, he's sowing his oats. Those oats were harvested long ago. Okay, especially if they're a man of a certain age. And they don't look at us as sowing their oats, or this thing to play with, or this new thing to play with. I'm talking about healthy men in polygyny. I am not talking about these people that might be narcissistic or abusive, or just merely collecting women, and they'll grab a group of women, marry them, divorce them, grab another group. I know of some. Okay, I'm talking specifically of men that want to expand their family and they want to practice polygyny. I'm speaking of those that are trying. I'm speaking of those men that are intentional, that want to see this through, that care and love and exhibit leadership and compassion, and have the ability to lead. Okay, and the ability to be respected and also demand respect. Okay, I know my husband is big on respect, and they can blame it on whatever they want to, but he's always been that way. So, and I respect the fact that he wants to be respected, because so do I. Now, I know that society does indeed look at us as numbers, again, as bodies, and we don't bring anything to the table. There's nothing of substance that wives have, and they wish to diminish us as wives, as women. Would they do give Woman of the Year to a biological man? So where we sit as women in polygyny, we're bottom of the barrel as far as society is concerned, and we were that before. Now that's in their mind, because I absolutely am not the bottom of the barrel. My co-wife is not the bottom of the barrel. Because, honey, if that's the bottom of the barrel, then it must be upside down, because that's actually the top. The top is, the bottom is the top in that case. But these are the same people that look at us as just nothing, as we're collected for sex. A man has to bring more than his parts. I don't care how large or how small, to a marriage. He has to bring way more than that, just as a woman has to bring more than that. You can be as amazing as you want to be in the bedroom. Some people are like that. They're great in the bedroom, but the rest of their life is trash. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about fathering or mothering their children. They don't care about how they treat others. They don't care about how they communicate with others, how they're practicing polygyny, how they're creating toxic environments and things of that nature. And I'm speaking to men and women. I'm speaking to men and women. And I'm not afraid to say it. This is what has happened. It's still happening. But if we want to be in a peaceful marriage, if we want to have healthy communication in our marriages and have those hard conversations, I say it in almost every video because it needs to be addressed and said, then we got to participate in the peace of our marriage. And sometimes the peace treaties, if there's enough drama. It's important. We can't expect to have these healthy marriages and then we don't want to partake in it. Or we want our partner to do all the work. Anywhere else in the world, if we look at somebody, if they're painting a house and it's two people and they're supposed to be painting a house, something so simple, and the other person is doing all the work, another one just standing there criticizing the work that they're doing. Oh, no. Oh, I thought you agreed to paint the house together. That's what we would say. That's messed up. Over something so small. But then when it comes to marriage, because we're monogamously married to the same man, my co-wife and I, we're not married to each other. Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Fatimah, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. And I'm here to talk to you about the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program. What I do is help women from all walks of life obtain information in the areas of relationship wellness, emotional resilience, self-confidence, and inner discovery for best results for their future success. Growth is about implementation for best practices, for best results for your future. So the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program is here for you to help you kind of weed through some of those negative thoughts of self-limiting beliefs so that you can move forward and attain your goals so that you live a truly fulfilling life. So if you want to join me for my Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program, be sure that you visit me at CoachFatimah.com for details and start your Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling session today. I'll see you and I look forward to working with you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. But then we'll say, you know what, you do the work. Or he'll say to us, you do the work in this marriage. I'm not going to do the work. I'm just going to come back when it's done. Oh no, he'd be wrong all day and Sunday too. So it's important to partake in the health of our marriages. And wives are not just mere bodies that a man is collecting. We know who we're married to. And we know that in order to be married and to have a healthy relationship and to raise our children, you must bring more than just sex to the table. It takes way more than that. It's so interesting how some men that are in the world or out in this dunya or in this life that are living the life and in the clubs and things, they will say, yeah, she's great. I'll sleep with her. I ain't gonna marry that though. I'm not gonna marry her. Just a body. Just a body. I'll collect. I'll sleep around. But you got to bring more than that. You got to bring more than that. And that's more of a harsh way to look at it. But this is the world that some live in. And they'll admit it. Yeah. She has nothing going on up here. I'll sleep with her, but there's nothing going on up here. She has no skills. I don't see wife material. And they might look at him and not see husband material. Because that happens too. But it's not a competition. I'm just saying that in order to be married in polygyny, We don't, as women in polygyny. I hope we don't look at ourselves and dishonor ourselves and say, I'm just here for the bedroom for him. I can't bring anything else to him. He can't bring anything else to me. That's all we got between us. Because if that's all you have, the likelihood of that marriage succeeding is very, very grim. I would be afraid of a marriage that just solely survived, but not thriving, surviving through just, oh yeah, we get it done in the bedroom, but anywhere else, can't deal with him, can't deal with her. They don't bring me anything other than that. Because what kind of marriage does that make? See, if there's going to be a partnership, let it be in all areas of marriage. Let it be in all areas of marriage. Let it be healthy. And if there is an issue, have the conversation. Talk to one another. Sometimes we fear these hard conversations because we fear the answers we're going to get. I like to go in difficult conversations knowing that I might not get the answer I was specifically looking for. And that could be a conversation with a parent, a child, a spouse, a sibling. But specifically for married people, we tend to fear those conversations because we're not telling one another, this is a safe space for us to talk. Let's talk about this and let it be a safe space. Let's not meet each other with judgment. Let's honor one another in this conversation. Let's respect one another. Let's love each other. Let's listen. Let's learn. Let's try to find some understanding, And if we think about having the conversation that way, how many conversations that we have, will they be successful? Will our spouse know that it's okay to come to us with their concerns, and then we can come together? That's what is beautiful. That's what is attractive about marriage. Knowing that even in the times of challenge, we can come together and have the conversations that we need to have. And not sit up here and go, I'm just this body sitting here waiting whenever he's ready. I'll be there whenever he's ready, but nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So just evaluate your situation, and if you have to have a conversation, have it. But also with that, and leave this video knowing that women that are in polygyny, we're not just sitting here going, okay, I'm talking about healthy polygyny. That's all I am to this man. It doesn't matter if society thinks we are or not. We know our worth. We should know our worth and understand the value that we bring to our marriages, and celebrate the value that our husbands bring to our marriages, and know that they're not just a number and we're not just a number. We're not just a notch on their belt. It's about thriving in polygyny long term and not just being in survival mode and putting these labels upon yourself simply because society said you don't matter. You're just a number. You're just here for sexual gratification. That's it. That's all you'll ever be. Think about what you say to yourself about yourself and your marriage. Okay? So with that, make sure you guys are commenting, liking, and subscribing and sharing this video, because sharing is caring. Also in the comments, we're going to put healthy poly practices, or just put healthy poly in the comments. Also, head over to our polygamyeducation.com website in order to get to our OPR campus so you can continue your polygyny education. We have meet and greets. We have live classes that my co-wife, Coach Nyla, and I conduct every week. We have live webinar events as well, and that is not specifically in the campus, but there's so many things in there. There's challenges, and you can talk to one another. And this is a safe, private space for us to have these continuous conversations about marriage, and specifically marriage and polygyny. So yes. And if you're on YouTube and Facebook, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. And on IG, we're Outstanding Relationships. So make sure you guys head on over to there too and follow us on all our social media platforms. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys with some GLC. Make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Coach Fatimah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.